Hello and welcome back to Home Reimagined. I'm Jacqueline, and if you're new here, welcome. Today we're going to go over how to clean your coffee machine. I'm going to be using this Keurig Duo, which means it has both the single cup and the full pot. So we'll get a little bit of both different kinds of cleaning for different kinds of machines. Let's go. First up, I just unplugged my machine and brought it a little bit closer to the sink to make it easier for cleaning. Most coffee machines will have the instructions on how to clean them inside their manual, but for a safe bet, there is an actual cleaner that comes with the product, or you can purchase it separately, or a lot of times distilled white vinegar is a great option as well. However, you need to ensure that it is safe for your machine. Today we're going to be using the Keurig Brewing Care Kit, so it's just going to give us the descaler instead of using vinegar, but again, both will work. So to begin cleaning your Keurig or your coffee machine in general, you're going to want to remove any of the water that's already in your reservoir. So I'm just going to go ahead and simply dump that out. Before you get to cleaning this, you're going to want to remove the filter piece. It's best just to take this out so that you can change it, replace it, and clean out the machine properly. Then using the descaling solution to a 1-to-1 ratio, you're just going to go ahead and fill your entire tank with the bottle that they provide you. Taking the bottle, you can just fill this right back up with water and then go ahead and dump it back into the container. This is giving you the perfect 1-to-1 ratio so we can get descaling. Now that our water reservoir is filled with the descaling solution, we are going to go ahead and start with the single cup. So make sure you've placed a cup on the tray before getting started. Turn your power back on, select the single cup first, 12 ounces. Before you click go, make sure there are no pods in here, no coffee grounds, nothing like that. And then you can click brew and let that run its course. So right now it's just going ahead and cleaning out the single serving side using that descaling water. Once it has completed cleaning on this side, we're going to go ahead and take this and just dump it on out. Now moving on to the side with the actual coffee pot, we're going to select that, select 12 again, and brew, and let it run through whatever remains in the actual water tank to clean it out. Now that the solution has run its course, and take the carafe and dump it out into the sink. You can return both the cup and the carafe to its resting position. Now we're going to go ahead and let the machine sit for 30 minutes before we move on to our next cleaning step. During the 30 minutes, you want to make sure that you are turning off the hot plate that keeps the carafe hot. But we don't want the glass just to be hot by itself, so press and hold until the color turns off. You also want to ensure you're leaving the machine on during this 30 minutes that it's sitting so that it can continue to clean itself. Now that our 30-minute timer is up and our machine has thoroughly cleaned itself, we're going to just remove both the carafe and the water tank and take them over to the sink to be rinsed. You'll just rinse until you don't see any more bubbles. Once you're done rinsing thoroughly, you can go ahead and take your water tank and fill it up with fresh water. We're going to use it to rinse out the entire machine. Turning the machine back on, now that it's full and ready to rinse, we are going to select the carafe, 12 cups, and brew. And we are going to let this run 3 times fully through to make sure that it has rinsed out any of the cleaner and anything else that might get stuck in the machine, making sure to dump out the water between each rinsing cycle. Now that we've rinsed out the carafe section, we want to go ahead and select the cup, single cup, 12 ounces, and brew it. Make sure to run this 3 times as well and dump it out between each rinse cycle. Now that the descaling has complete and we've let the machine cool down, we are going to go ahead and take off any parts of the machine that can be soaked or washed individually. This would be any pieces that can come out. We'll fill the sink or a bowl with warm water and a little bit of dish soap, and you can drop in all of these pieces in here to soak, or you can individually wash them at this time. Make sure to rinse them thoroughly before going ahead and letting them air dry and returning them to the machine. Next, we want to go ahead and clean in any of those nooks and crannies. Taking some small scrub brushes or a toothbrush or even some Q-tips, we're going to go ahead and clean the areas that are often neglected over time. I'm going to use the Q-tip to show you guys first so you can kind of see what gets stuck up in here. So lots of coffee and other remnants get stuck in here. It's important to clean these areas thoroughly because this is a machine that has water running through it constantly, so it can trap moisture and create bacteria and mold growth. So ensure that you get in all these tight spaces. And a tip to prevent mold or bacteria buildup is after you finish brewing a cup, leave the top open to let the hot air escape, and your machine will dry fully before closing it again. The same applies for cleaning the carafe side. There's often moisture and loose grounds that can end up in here, so cleaning it regularly will prevent buildup and bacteria growth. Plus, leaving the top open after brewing will also help release moisture and reduce the chance of mold growth. Now we're going to move on to cleaning the exterior parts of the machine. Taking a clean cloth and adding some distilled white vinegar, use it to clean the burner, the sides of the machine, the tops of the machine, and anywhere else that you can see. Once you're done, this is a great time to go ahead and change the filter on your machine, and then you can adjust the date based on what time it is so you'll remember when to replace it again. Once your machine is clean, you'll be able to enjoy fresh coffee once again. Now that we've cleaned our Keurig coffee machine, let's talk about a few maintenance tips. It's very important that you should be changing your filters every 60 days, so go ahead and set a reminder or double check on the filter where it has the reminder dial for you. You want to go ahead and descale every 3 months just to ensure that the machine is staying at its best. Oftentimes there is a light on here that you can go ahead and follow just to keep up with it. And finally, if you are brewing something that is very sweet, sugary, or has a lot of flavor and things that could get stuck in the machine, use a rinsing cycle after. There are these awesome rinsing pods that come in the kit here. You can run those through, or even just a clean water cycle to get out any of the remaining gunk so you can ensure that your machine will last longer and work better next time. Plus no residue of other drinks beforehand. And that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for all kinds of cleaning and home content. Thanks, see you next time.